Well, hello. Today we're in Needham Market and we're going to walk the Corpse Way. The Corpse Way is now known as the Causeway, and this is a bit further up from the original area, but this is the footpath that was made to carry the bodies to Barking Church. I think it was Barking Church, and there was a funeral procession all the way along here, obviously from the living relatives, during the 1700 Black Death. Must have been horrific, because obviously so many people fell with it and died, and this was, like I say, the route that was used to take them for burial. It's about a mile long, so obviously carrying a body on your shoulders for a mile, if you were one of the pallbearers, was actually quite hard work, I would imagine. It was the 1700s. Today is about 10 degrees. Curly and me are enjoying a nice walk. Bit breezy, you can probably hear it coming over the mic, but I haven't as yet got one of those fluffy mics that stop the wind. But yeah, it's actually quite a nice walk, and it's actually off Quinton Road, opposite the school. There's a footpath that goes up, and as you can see, even today it's well worn and not overgrown. It's well used by a lot of people for dog walking, and the scenery is really pretty. A nice ploughed field on the left with a big fat pigeon in it, and on the right is another nice view as well. I'll show you when I can see an opening. Here's a small one that might give you a bit of a view. Again, the other side. Sorry if any of the noise from the wind is interfering. I know it's a pain, but at least the air today feels very clean and crisp and fresh, obviously. Hohem gimbal here. I actually bought from a well-known website a little tiny remote for this camera, because the Hohem is not compatible button-wise with my DJI Action 5. But this little tiny remote is a lot smaller than I thought. It's smaller than a watch, but it's got various accessories with it to clip it onto certain things, and I've just put the watch strap kind of thing on it, and looping it round my hand and holding it. But you can press this button to start and stop record and turn the camera off. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I think it was about £8 something, but it came direct from China. And it only took 5 days. I was gobsmacked. Excuse me. I've ordered stuff from another well-known website that's took longer than that. Auction site, but this is obviously not an auction site, a direct one. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Really pleased with this little remote, because otherwise I'd have to keep pushing the top button on the camera to start recording. But yeah, this has helped a lot. It's rechargeable as well, but how long it works for, I don't know. I might do a review at some point. Anyway, Curly is with me. I don't know whether you can see him. But he loves his walks, and I like taking him in the countryside. It gets you away from cars and noise, and it's peaceful just hearing the wind. I'll only film this one way, because again I don't know how long the battery lasts on the camera, or the memory card, come to think of it. I know it's a fast one. I think it's rated at a 4 speed, but there you go. Anyway, yes, the Corpseway. The locals of Needham Market in the 1700s did a very honourable thing, and on the main road coming into Needham Market is a bridge, and they actually put a chain across that bridge to prevent anyone else coming into Needham when the Black Death was here. And people from Stowmarket would put food under the chain and leave it, and the people from Needham Market would put money in a bowl with vinegar in for the local people of Stowmarket, basically to pay them for the food, which I think was good. And the vinegar would kill bacteria, etc., and viruses, so that would make the money safe. Now we'll come up to another bit here. This is just a small junction. I think there might be somebody in front of me now. If there is, I don't really want to be rude and get them on video. That's not fair on them. I know everyone says all public places blah blah blah, but I don't think like that. I'm quite respectful to people, very respectful to people, and I actually turn away if there's someone around, because it's not fair if they don't want to be on camera. But that's just me, each to their own. But that's just me. So yes, going back to the Chain House Road was named after what the people of Needham Market did, and obviously it's called Chain House Road because of that chain across the bridge. And I believe there was one at each end of Needham Market. So thankfully those people that lived in Needham Market did that very honourable thing, like I've said, and stopped people coming in and stopped it spreading. And I do believe that because of that it didn't get to Stowmarket. Curly's got on the scent of something. You might hear him talking to himself. Yeah, he's got on the scent of something, possibly another dog or rabbit or a fox or something. But yeah, sorry, you might hear him chatter. But again, this is a nice walk. I really do like this walk. And I know I'm probably rambling on, but just trying to explain some of the reasons. And obviously the causeway does go from the main street in Needham Market, and it's called the Causeway, but originally was the Corpse Way. But obviously modern times they changed the name, probably because it didn't sound very nice. And there is a new estate now as you come into Needham Market, and I think it's named a street Chain House Close, which is again a nice and respectful thing to do, to remember what the people of Needham Market did. Anyway, that's some of the history, and there is a lot more online you can go on and read. So I think we've done just over half of the walk now. Sorry if I sound out of breath, but I have to keep my heart rate up because I've had heart surgery twice, and I have to keep my heart rate up when I walk, because if I don't, the walk doesn't really do you much good in getting fit wise. And I am getting a lot better now, thankfully. Normally I have my wife with me, but she's at work today, sadly. And because the clocks go forward tomorrow, I think, this time Monday or Tuesday, we'll have different light to it. It's a lovely sunny day, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go out and film. And of course Curly loves it. To show his appreciation, when we get home he wrecks the settee. Cushions off, everything, and he's chattering away in his own little wow 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 voice. Sorry Curly, you turning around, that was me. Yeah, sorry about the stop, but Curly was interested in doing what dogs do. Smell Curly. Curly smells something in the air. So yes, what we've done so far, you imagine carrying a coffin on your shoulders with a funeral procession whatever, behind you, this distance so far. All the way to the church. I don't believe they had a trolley with wheels on. I believe it was, from images I've seen anyway. They would have had them on the shoulders. I mean, I know what it's like for me walking this at the speed I am going, so actually walking it with a coffin on your shoulders, by the time you get to the other end, that would have felt really heavy. And I'm just going to stop a second because there's somebody coming with a dog. Sorry about that, but that was very interesting actually. I just chatted to a very pleasant couple, and they've just informed me that inside Barking Church there is on display a rickety little cart that carried the coffins. So to correct obviously what I was talking about, they did actually after a time use a cart, because obviously with the distance that would have been back-breaking work, because you know so many people died from the Black Death. That would have been an endless daily job, unless they stored them somewhere else in Needham Market, brought them up here every day, you know, during the whole day. But yeah, the cart is apparently in Barking Church, and if I can get in I might try and film it, but they're not always open. So yes, that was very handy information from a local lady, a local couple actually, and that's good, because if you're more local and you have an interest in history, you can find out more than just the internet. They did say the church is about another half a mile. Hanging down in the path. As you can probably see, it's lovely. Still got a ploughed field on my left. There's actually some flowers out over there. I don't know if they'll show up on camera, but there's some kind of big daisy flowers. And I believe that other thing is a giant hogweed or something. I don't think it's hemlock, which is lethal if you get near that. So anyway, I'll carry on walking. Lovely sun today. It was pouring down with rain this morning, and has been the last couple of days on and off. Early, even though it's cooler weather, I've still got a bottle of water for him, poor little fella, and one for myself as well. Cool, that's a giant tree. Look at the size of that tree. Cool. That is really big, really big. Very big. He's having a sniff. My dog trainer used to say, always let your dog stop and have a sniff. She used to call call it Wemail, which I did find quite funny. It's their way of finding things out, whatever that is. With this wind, broken or damaged branch ain't gonna clonk me on the head. This path does seem never ending. Yeah, it seems a long way. Even though it's 10 degrees, I'm now actually really very hot under my coat. Very hot. Even so, on a little device with wheels, you know, a cart, still a fair old walk. But I suppose they just took their time. Back then I don't expect there was a race to get anything done and moved. I believe Barking Church is one of the biggest around this area. According to another YouTuber who I like and watch quite a lot, his name is Suffolk Andy, and head over to his channel and have a look. He's got lots of videos of history things, spooky tales, and I do like his stuff, and I think he's recently done Barking Church, so it's well worth a look. I think we're almost there now. We're not far off. Sorry if it's been boring, just watching me walk along a footpath and rambling. But obviously if anyone wants to do the walk themselves, gives you a small insight of where it is. Now where is the church? I believe is Barking Hall, and Barking Church, yes, it's up the back. Another pretty area. Here we go, as promised, we're at Barking Church. It's Barking St Mary's. Don't know if you can read that, but yeah, St Mary's Church, Barking. Let's have a walk round. Well, certainly quite a big cemetery here. Very big. Very big. Cool, that's a good drainage system for a church. Look at that. Very good drainage. There's certainly a lot of burials here. An awful lot of burials. In comparison to some others. Yeah, there's a lot. It's actually a lovely church. Lovely grounds. Nice big wall. So yeah, there's a lot more burials here than I ever imagined. Don't actually know if it's open. Might be open. I'll have a look in a moment. And obviously here's the other side. Let's have a look and see if it's open. Just bear with me. Unfortunately it wasn't open. But yes, apparently the little cart is inside there that carried the bodies up the corpse way, which would have been quite a pleasant relief to the pallbearers or the funeral people or funeral directors, labourers, etc., whatever you call them. Anyway, here it is. Always find these places peaceful. And there's the church. Lovely. Smashing.